Welcome to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 40, and today our featured cocktail is the Paloma, we're going to talk about the original Paloma, and then we're going
to do a riff on the Paloma.
We're going to make a riff on the
Yes.
Paloma. All right, so what's a Paloma in the first place?
Paloma is a classic cocktail. It's been around for a while. Don't really have an idea of origin. Probably Mexico, but not sure. And it's been around long enough that there are gobs of variations on it, even when you just call it the Paloma. No one quite agrees of how much of what to use. However, the Paloma is basically silver tequila, lime, and usually grapefruit soda. However, there are a lot of recipes that use fresh grapefruit, a sweetener, and club soda.
So how is our riff today going to be different from that?
So the riff that we're doing today is called the Mezcal Ancho Paloma. It was developed at a bar in Nashville called Bastion. So instead of tequila, it uses mezcal. It includes Ancho Reyes liqueur. This one uses fresh grapefruit juice. And those are basically the key differences.
Okay, so basically, we started off this episode by saying that we were going to do a riff on the Paloma, and that you said that pretty much the two things that are always the same in Paloma are tequila and grapefruit, but this doesn't have tequila in it.
It has a close relative of tequila.
Okay.
Thus the mezcal.
All right, why don't you remind everyone the relationship between mezcal and tequila?
All tequilas are mezcal, but not all mezcals are tequila. Tequila is very explicitly made of blue agave, and only in the Oaxaca region, I believe. If it's not made there using blue agave, it can't be tequila. The rules for mezcal are much wider. Usually it uses agave, but can also use Maguey. So there's a wider variation.
But for what is available in the United States, if you order tequila, it's probably going to have a peppery taste, whereas if you order mezcal at a restaurant or a bar, it's probably going to have more of a smoky taste.
Yeah,
fair?
There will be a much smokier flavor to the mezcal, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, we use the Del Marguet tequila, or mezcal. This is the Ancho Reyes. We've used it before.
I think we had a spicy margarita made out of that.
We made a spicy margarita out of it. Blue agave nectar, that is our sweetener. Fresh grapefruit juice. Fresh lime juice. Our no-name club soda. And there you go. Okay, the one thing I didn't get was glass.
I think we just need to put in a plug for this fresh squeezed juices again, right? It makes such a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
Now, I should also say though, for the we've made Palomas before with the grapefruit soda, and we have had pretty good luck with the San Pellegrino Pamplemousse, I think is the name of it. And I also heard of like old time Palomas from decades and decades and decades ago being made out of squirt.
Yes, I saw that, and apparently Fresca is also a grapefruit soda, which I never knew.
I think Fresca is a grapefruit soda, but isn't it a diet soda?
I think it's low calorie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't use, I don't think, any of the really nasty.
We're gonna have to look into Fresca. We've watched some TV lately where ordering or offering people a Fresca has been kind of a like an inside joke.
Yes,
I don't get it.
Nor do I. Okay, so let's make the drink. So we're going to do 1.5 ounces of Mezcal.
So, would you describe that mezcal as a economical choice, as a upper end, lower end?
This is definitely an economical choice.
Did you get it at the ABC store or at
Yes, I can get
Okay.
this at the ABC store, so it should be it should be fairly widely available.
If I recall correctly, when we first that mezcal was first brought to our attention when we were at Oyamel a couple years ago.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, we ordered hot chocolate for dessert, and the waiter said, if you add a little mezcal to it,
Yeah.
boy, and that was delicious.
Yeah. So we're going to do 1/2 ounce of the Ancho Reyes. And then 3/4 ounce of the fresh grapefruit. And 1/2 ounce of lime. Quarter ounce of agave. All right. So we're going to shake all this up with ice.
You know what just went through my mind just now?
Say what?
You know what just went through my mind just now?
Probably.
I know.
some.
You're free. Yes, indeed. And guess what it is?
Shake it up.
Shake it
By the
up.
cars.
Oh my gosh. We've been married for a long time. I'm gonna have Rick Ocasek in my head for the rest of the evening. There are worse things. That should be our theme song, honey.
Could be. All right. So, Collins glass with ice. Top it over. I might have a little too much ice in here. So we're going to fix that.
Why is there too? Oh, because you need to
Because
fit
I
the
need space
garnish.
for the soda.
Oh, the soda. Is there a garnish too?
There is a garnish.
Because right now it looks pretty uninteresting.
Yeah, but
I mean, don't judge a book by
Yeah.
by its cover and all that, but
All right. So, one of the things that the recipe calls for is 2 drops of salt solution, which is equal parts water and salt. I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt on top.
that seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think so. And then we're going to top with, that's going to be about 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces roughly of club soda. They don't actually specify an amount. Stir it gently.
That's pretty funny because cocktails it's kind of like baking, like we've talked before.
Yeah.
The proportions really matter.
The proportions really matter, but I suspect at Bastion, they have the same size glass all the time. So if they do all the proportions there correctly, including the amount of ice,
That I think is the key.
then they can just top it.
Right. But getting the amount of ice exactly the same.
Yep. So the garnish itself is supposed to be, what the heck is it called? Sal de gusano, which is literally worm salt. I had never heard of this until today. I looked it up. And basically the worms they're talking about are moth larvae. And it's a common ingredient to actually toast these worms and grind them up in the chili salt. And it just adds a little bit of nice flavor. I don't have that, so I'm just
okay.
So I'm just using a little chili salt on the grapefruit wedge. And this is the Mezcal Ancho Paloma. And we'll see you next time.
Cheers.